Hi there, this is Pam. Today's video I'm going to show you how to make this cute little miniature bag in a box. It's a little treat bag, and the bottom of it is actually a little box, and then the top of it is a bag part. And you can see when it opens, the inside down there's got a little box. So let's get started on making that. For the base of the box, you're going to need a piece of cardstock that measures 3 inches by 3 inches square, and you're going to want to score a 1/2 inch on all sides. So what I did when I put it into my scoring tool, since this is 3 inches long, I just came in at the 2.5 inch mark. And turned it and scored it at the 2.5. It's just easier that way than trying to hold your paper and score on this side. So score on all 4 sides, and then fold over and burnish your lines. And to make the box, we just need to cut up on these score lines on 2 sides. And I'm not concerned about making them tremendously even, you know, like when you fold it up, if they're not square, because you're not going to see that anyway on this project. So just cut up in the center of your score lines, and that's going to create our little base. So we need to put adhesive on all 4 of these little tabs, and I think I'll just use the fast fuse adhesive. It's small enough, should fit right in there. You can use whatever adhesive that you have. Just go around all 4. I don't need that. And then just take this edge to the corner. Like I said, it doesn't matter if this is hanging out at all, because it's going to be covered up. If this was a box that the outside would be showing, I would have cut those down, but this project, it doesn't matter. So this is the little base for the box, just like that. Now, for the designer series paper I used, this is from the English Garden designer series paper stack from Stampin' Up. These cute little bees, I love that. But then this side, it's really pretty. It's got these watercolored pretty flowers on it. But for this project, I wanted to use the bees. So this piece measures 3.5 inches by 8.5 inches. And I didn't do it on this one, but on this one I did take the sponge and Hello Honey and just ink the top, because it's kind of got a distressed look with the flower going on. So I thought that that would add a little more interest to the top there by inking that, just the top. You don't have to do the sides. And then to put your adhesive on, you want to put it at the bottom, and then the right side only. So whatever adhesive you have, I happen to use the new Tear and Tape Stampin' Up has. And when I put the tape on, I put this on the bottom, and then I peeled this up a little bit and then put my strip over here, because I wanted to make sure that there wasn't a gap right there, because that's going to be our back seam. So to get this paper onto the little box there, I'm just going to walk it all the way down. But the back of the box is going to have a seam right there where your pieces join. So when you start to attach this, start it in the center or off center a little bit. All you do is just put, look down here and see where it's at, and then just line it up to the edge of your designer paper. So all I'm going to do is just walk this all the way down. So I'm pushing in on the inside there as I go. So just walk your paper or your little box there all the way down and push down on the adhesive to make sure it's stuck really well. And just keep going all the way down. And then when I get to the edge, I'm going to peel that up just a little bit there. Maybe. Here we go. I'm going to turn it, fold it up just a little bit, just to get that little crease. And then I'm going to, by hand, put it at the edge. And then, since this is kind of wonky, you don't have crease lines on your corners. So just kind of hold that in place a little bit. I'm going to peel the rest of my tape strip off and then just push that down by hand. And then that creates the little box in a bag. Really cute. Alright, so to decorate the bottom, and this is an optional step, you don't have to have anything at the bottom because just like this, it's in place. Doesn't necessarily need anything else. But you can put a piece of cardstock at the bottom, and it measures a ½ inch, and it's 8.5 inches long, and pretty much going to do the same thing. Walk it all the way down across the cardstock, and I'm going to try to get it the same place that I started here, so I can look on the inside and kind of see, just so when it comes to the, that's pretty close, just so when it comes together in the back, it's pretty close to the same area. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball that where it starts. Just like that. And the same thing, I'm going to go backwards this time, going this direction. Walk your card base again, just like you did the bag, and push down on it real good, and just keep going all the way around again. And again at the edge, I turn it up just a little bit just to get it a crease, and then I just do it by hand. So see, that way they lined up pretty much the same exactly. It just makes it look a little bit nicer. Alright, so that's all there is to creating that. And you see down inside, you can see still the inside of that other pretty paper. Now to close this, as you can see there, all I have is a scalloped circle, and I've used my Velcro dots. I use these on a lot of my boxes and bags that I close. A lot of people have magnets. If you have that, that's fine. But this is the piece that I use. It's the 1 3/4 inch scalloped circle. And this one I did not distress or anything. All I did was score it in the center and then just stuck it on. But as you can see, it's got a little crease going on there where it lifts up, and I can distress that again. So what I did was I scored it and folded it in half, and then just kind of carefully just wrinkled it up and distressed it some. Then inked it around the edge. That way it doesn't really show, you know, like a crease there. Plus my flower that I'll show you how I made is also kind of distressed, so that just matches that. So what we're going to do to attach that is we're going to take make sure your seam's in the back, and we're just going to pinch that close just a little bit like that, and we're going to attach that scallop right to the center. So I'm going to use the Sassy again, You could use whatever adhesive that you have. Just make sure it's strong, strong adhesive, so it holds that scallop on there real good. Got an extra hump of adhesive. That's pretty good. Alright, so what I do is fold it in half, and then I take the part that doesn't have adhesive on it, and I line it up in the center, approximately where the center is, and then fold it over, give it a pinch, and then stick that down real good. And then to get the Velcro on there, these are the little Velcro dots. I got these from Joann Fabrics a long time ago. They're actually a Velcro brand. But it has the little fuzzy side and then the little hard side there. And when I do my closures for all of my bags or boxes, I always put the fuzzy side on the top of my flap. So this is the fuzzy side there. It doesn't really matter, I guess, but that's just what I do. So I peel off, one of each, and then I stick the two sides together where the Velcro is, and this is a sticky. They are pretty good adhesive on there. And then I put it into the center, and this is the part you kind of have to be careful with. Whenever you attach this to your designer paper, I give it a pinch, and it looks like I'm wrecking the bag, but I'm not. Gently peel that off, and then give that a good pinch down to make sure that that adhesive is stuck to there. So when you open and close it, it doesn't rip this piece off. So that's the closure on this little bag, just like that. And for the embellishments, I made this flower. It uses the pansy punch. This is punched out with the envelope paper. It's a lot thinner. Don't necessarily have to have this. You could just use, this is crumb cake, but it's a little bit lighter. And I inked all the edges with crumb cake, and then I crumpled it all up in a ball and opened it up and kind of inked it some more. Same with this one. This is Hello Honey. This is the Petite Petals Punch. I inked it and crumpled it up. And then this one's very vanilla. This comes from the Itty Bitty Accents Punch Pack. And I just kind of pinched the petals together since this is kind of small. I didn't want to tear it up. And then I inked this piece with Hello Honey and crumb cake. And then I took my paper piercer and I punched a hole in the center of each. And then I'm going to keep those together with one of the little mini brads. I haven't used these for a long time, so I thought that would be a fun embellishment to keep those all together. So just stack them up and open your brad up in the back. These are very soft. They're very easy to work with. And then once you have it together, you can arrange your flowers however you want there to get them, centered the way you'd like. Then I'm going to attach this to the bag front with glue dots. I put like 4 glue dots on that one. So just stick them to the back, anywhere in the center, or make sure that it's going to hold. If you have larger glue dots, those are all right on top of each other. It doesn't really help me out. Kind of hard to see upside down. I think that's good enough. Just enough so they stay. And then I'm going to attach it over to the side. That one I got a little high. It's touching that scallop there a little bit too much, but whoops, that didn't help me out at all. I'm trying to get it into place without pushing down on the bag. open it up, then give it a good squeeze so it stays down real well. And then you can come back and fluff up your flower, wrinkle it up however you want to there. Now for the sentiment, I do want to share what I did with that one. I kind of made up my own bee, because obviously the cute little bees on there. But it comes from the Crazy About You stamp set. This is the stamp set here. It's got all of these words, but it has this stamp and it says just be, and then of course it has the happy. And all I did was use the bee part of it, and these are photopolymer stamps. Very easy to see what you're doing. Now, it did take me a couple tries to get it centered. Here's one that I started doing. As you can see, these are a little crooked, but after I think the third one, then I got it fairly straight. But I'm going to show you what I did. It's just a piece of Whisper White and my word window punch. Punch that out. And then I did use soft suede, because that's what the base of our little box is. I used the soft suede ink, and I'm putting it on this soft suede cardstock so you can see, so it doesn't blend into my grid paper there. And we need soft suede ink. There it is. I had it mixed up with the crumb cake. And get my stamp block. Now, I started with the bee. Let me turn my stamp around there. You'll see it says just bee. And I'm not even going to ink that. I'm not even going to tape it off. You can put a piece of washi tape over that if you'd like. But if you take the edge of your stamp and just put it into the ink at the edge, you can ink that up without even touching this. So there's no ink on there, so I really don't have to worry about that. So, since it's clear, I can see exactly where I'm stamping. And that looks about even. So there's the B, and we need another E. So I'm going to clean my stamp off, because I want all of that ink off of that B. So when I go to stamp it again, that won't show up. So I got it all cleaned off, and then take your stamp again and just get the E inked. I think that's enough. See, I didn't even touch that B at all, I don't believe. We'll find out when we get it inked. But then all you need to do, and it may not be straight, and I don't want to stick my head in the camera, so I'm going to try to eyeball it myself, but just kind of line up your letters together. Yeah, look, that's almost perfect. That's better than the first one. So you can make up your own sentiments, even with one that's got words on it. So you don't have to have an alphabet stamp. I think that's perfect. I love that. Alright, so the next one obviously is a happy. Now it's all one word. We can just ink that whole thing. And then all you need to do is stamp the happy right beside the B. And there you have your own little Bee Happy Sentiment, because I don't think Stampin' Up! Has anything that's got B, like a B-E-E, on it. So that works perfect. And a lot of these words in this stamp set do fit into the word window punch, so that works perfect too. So we're all done with that. And I did take the Hello Honey ink, and I did ink that up. I didn't really want a backing on it because I thought it would fill it up too much. So just take your sponge or whatever you happen to have. I use these for my in colors. I'm not real sure why. I keep my sponges for all of the other colors that are in the regular catalog. I don't know why I don't use sponges, but I do have these for all of the regular colors. So that's the sentiment there, all done. And I did put dimensionals on it. I just used the little edge pieces. They work perfect in the word window since it is narrow. Or you can cut a whole one in half, whatever you have. And we're just going to attach that right under that flower of our bag. And that's it. These are pretty good size treat bags, or you can put all kinds of stuff in there. So just attach that down, and if you want to make sure it's stuck down good, stick your hand in there and give it a push down. And there it is. Cute little box in a bag. Pretty simple to make. The box is very small, so you could get quite a few of these out of one sheet of the Designer Series paper. So I hope that you give this little project a try. If you want to see more of my projects, you can visit my blog. It's wearestampers.blogspot.com. I will put a direct link to this project down below the video. So you can check out the dimensions and whatnot there. I will have them posted. So thanks so much for watching today, and I will see you next time. Bye.